good with that, and we're going to do something about it. So they go, whether their friend was willing or unwilling, we don't know, but they went, they grabbed four corners of him back, and they're like, listen, Jack, all right, we're going to take, that's in the Greek. All right, so we're going to take a little trip, and they grab the mat, and they carry this guy to Jesus, but here's the problem. They get to the place, and there's no more room. So let me describe a house for you back then. Real estate back during that time was pretty easy, all right? You go in the door, and there is a large, all right, for that time, a large room that would be like to your left, a little kitchen area, and then they would pull a curtain where they would sleep. That was the house. Jesus had showed up in Capernaum, and he was preaching, and Jesus is now doing miracles. Jesus is now changing lives. Jesus, the story of who he was, had gotten out, and the house is packed. I think it's packed with people that wanted to hear him. I think it's packed with people that needed to see him, but the room was full, even to the point they are going out the door. They could not get another person in the room. And here's what we know. Nobody else could hear Jesus that day because the room, the house, was full. But here was the interesting part. On most houses back during this time, there would be a little side stairwell on the outside of the house that would take you up to the roof. And the roof was like a little pitched roof, and it was thatch and mud and like a tar-like substance that was the roof. Their friend that they brought that day to Jesus couldn't get in the door. He had no ability to see Jesus. And let me tell you this, all right? They were not bringing their friend to hear a good talk. They were there bringing their friend so he could walk. That was why they were bringing their friend. They were bringing their friend because they were tired of watching him on the mat. We don't know much about the guy on the mat. All we know is he had no ability to get to Jesus by himself, and he was totally dependent on these four friends, and these four friends have done their job, and guess what? Sold out, can't get in, limited space. Here's the second part of the story. This guy had some caring friends. Would you write that down? He had some caring friends. It would have been really easy that day to bring him on the mat to Jesus and go, hey man, sorry it didn't work. Hey, we couldn't get you in. Maybe Jesus is coming back on tour next weekend, and we'll try to catch him when he's coming. I mean, the Ravens and Texans game's coming on here shortly, and we need to get on back for the game. But that's not these guys. These guys cared. I want you to, if you're taking notes this morning, I want you to write this little thought down. I believe they cared for his physical body, but I think they cared even more for his spiritual soul, and that plays into the story. We don't know how far they walked. It may literally have been across the street. We have no knowledge. I don't know of any maps showing us where the guy had come from. We just know this. They went to effort to bring this guy. One friend grabbed one corner of the mat, the other friend grabbed the other corner of the mat, another friend got the front corner, the other friend got that corner, and they took off on a journey, and they got to where Jesus was, and here was the deal. They wouldn't take no for an answer. But what I would love to know is if this